Come on. How y'all doing? Hi. Good. So one thing I want to tell you is, first off, that no matter up till now, and I say this, having done this for 15 years, I mean, I've been a career coach for a long time, and I will say to you that I know some of you feel discouraged. I know some of you feel like, man, it might be age, it might be opportunity, it's the market, it's my skills. There is hope, and every person in here can get a job. And if you think, no, Mike, yeah, and if you think, no, Mike, you just haven't met someone in as pathetic a situation as I'm in. You just don't know how bad it is. Trust me, I have. Yes.
Can you qualify that job?
Well, let's see. Let me put it. Cheryl, thank you. So can you qualify job? You're right. I am not talking about everybody can get an activity that pays the money. I'm talking about everybody in here. My definition of a job is a profession that you want to be in that's both personally and financially fulfilling. That it's totally possible, and I've seen it in every market, because we're dealing with the fallout from 2008, right? But who was in the workforce in 1999? What happened then? What was it? The bubble, the dot-com bubble. And then there was a crash from about 99 till 2001, so there was 2 years, right? Where an entire industry got wiped out and all the supporting industries wiped out. So I've been through this, and I know there's a way. Having said that, there's a few things that get in people's way. And that's really what we're going to talk about today. That's part of what I'm going to give you exercise on, we're going to go through. So who thinks that's a good way to spend the next 45 minutes? Raise your hand and say aye. All right, let's rock. And before we even get started on what to do, I will tell you there's one thing that I've seen blocks people, and it's totally understandable. I mean, after a while, you just get burned, true? Yeah. Like, I mean, it's tiring. You're like, I just don't feel like getting kicked in the teeth again today. It's just not in the mood to be told I'm too whatever. After a while, after doing this for a while, you can begin to build up a belief system that really undermines you, right? And it's supported by all the conversations you have with other people that are in a bad situation and by the news, true? Like, how many people have turned on a news report and you know, maybe you had a good morning. Maybe you had a cup of coffee and orange juice. And this day you slept really well, and you did feel good. And you got up and you're like, great, I'm going to turn on the news. And you turn on the news, and the first person on the news says, gee, I hope you're not looking for a job right now, because if you are what? Screwed. Screwed, yes. Right. And you're like, well, I didn't need to hear that. All right. Click, let's turn on the TV. So you turn off the TV and you go, well, you know, maybe I need to get a really good coffee. So you drive to Starbucks and you turn on the radio. And what's the guy on the radio say?
Unemployment is up.
Unemployment is up. Right. And if you thought you were screwed before, wait till I give you this report. And then you're in Starbucks and you're in line. And who are you in line with? Unemployed people. And they tell you how bad it was. And it can really wear you down. But what happens is, look, we don't want to see things as better than they are. Nobody wants to be a Pollyanna, right? If you're walking around going, oh, everything's wonderful, when it's not. But what people don't pay attention to is, if you're seeing things as worse than they are, that's equally as bad, true? Because what happens is, when you get so focused and you see things as worse than they are, when there is an opportunity, will you notice it, yes or no? No. So I'll give you an example. The human mind works in a really fascinating way. So jot this down with this work.